2007 Mark 1 Audi TT. For those of you that know, obviously in the UK you couldn't get a Mark 1 TT on an 07. They were on the Mark 2s in about 06, early 06. This car was a June 07 car in the Republic of Ireland, where you could still buy them. It was then brought to the UK registered for the first time in 2016. We have it here with a clean logbook and all that kind of stuff. We will detail in the description what we've got in the way of service history and all that. But obviously that sort of backs up the story we were told, which is nice. Obviously the sort of service stamps and things like that. A couple of things to point out. It's a 1.8 turbo, so it's the 5-valve. The 1.8 180 brake turbo engine. It does have the Sport pack, which means it gets the spoiler, the lower valance on the rear with the diffuser, and the front bumper, which is quite sought after nowadays. Sport pack cars tend to demand a little bit of a premium because they do look a bit better than the standard ones with that sort of curved front bumper, which is sort of not aged as well, if you like. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. As you can see, it is metallic silver, but it is all one colour metallic silver. Pretty much every silver TT you ever see these days, rear quarters are a sort of funny colour, or the bonnet doesn't match the wing, or one of the doors is off because it's had bad paintwork. Not the case on this car. Nice and clean, one colour silver all over. Been well looked after. It's got sensible mileage on it, which we'll go through in a minute. But we'll start, like I said, by having a look at the bodywork. We'll start on this front driver's corner. Let's say sport pack, so you get the lower grills, and then you get this piece of sort of intake, which is quite nice. There's a small bit of damage to the bumper there. It's obviously just sort of been caught on something like that. The wing itself, that's all nice and clean. The arch is good all the way around. Nothing at all to sort of complain about there. Nice clean wheel with a good tyre on it. Again, looking down the side of the car, you can see nice and straight, like I say, across those three panels there, the front wing, bonnet, door, even the quarter panel, all one colour. Moving down the car, you do have a small scuff on the wing mirror there, but actually, to be fair, I'd be quite surprised if that doesn't polish off because it's sort of black plastic or something like that. It hasn't broken the paint. That sill on this side, all nice and clean there. A couple of scratches and scuffs where people have been getting in and out, as you can see. And a small mark on the door there, which again, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't polish out. You can only just see it. I mean, we're filming this in 4K and you can just see it. So that shows you how faint it is. And there is a small scratch on the leading edge of the door there, just above the handle. Onto that rear quarter. Correct S-line badge still there. Arch itself, all nice and clean. Another good wheel and tyre. Across the top, quite often you find this is all scratched because a large flat bit of panel. I think it might be quite popular with cats jumping on it and things like that, but there's nothing to note on this one, all nice and clean. The pillar going up, again, another big piece of metal, all nice and tidy. No sign of any stone chips or anything down this pillar, which is quite a common occurrence. The leading edge where it meets the windscreen, all nice and tidy. There was a sort of mark in the paint there on the middle of the roof, which you can see. And another one here. It's actually, to be fair, more than anything, it's got like sort of glue or something on it. It wants sticky stuff remover or something like that, taking it off. Nice fuel filler cap. There's sort of stainless on these. It's not milky or anything like that on this one. Onto the rear corner. No scuffs on the bumper or anything like that. Does have rear parking sensors. Both rear tail lights are nice and clean. They're quite common for fading. Part of the sport pack is this rear spoiler with a sort of rubber trim on it, which is all nice. That's not dried or cracked or anything like that, as you can see. Do have a small touch in here where there's been a mark. Again, that one's, it's been touched in but never been polished off. That just would make a lot of difference if you just gave it a quick polish. It would still be there, but it would make a big difference. Rear window all nice and clean. Again, you got your TT and your S-line badge on the back. The S-line badge is faded a little bit, so you might want to replace that if you're going to be picky. And then this diffuser along the bottom, all nice and clean again. Got a small scratch in the bumper there, on the lower left-hand side, below the badge. Going on to the passenger side again, the lower half of this bumper's all nice and clean. Looking down this side of the car, all nice and straight, all one colour. Another good wheel and tyre. This arch, Nothing to complain about there either. This whole panel all nice and clean. Pillars all good. This side of the windscreen. Down here, no sign of any stone chips there. No marks on the wing mirror. Couple of little scratches on the sort of sill plate where people are getting in and out, but actually again that's from a shoe or something. Those two would come off. Sill itself, it's all good. Front arch, no signs of any issues there. Another good wheel and tyre. Bonnet has this hairline scratch on it, which you can only faintly see. Can you see it at all? Maybe you can see it. It's barely anything, but we would rather point it out than miss it. Both the headlights have that sort of standard Audi milkiness to them. They want a good polish. They're not that bad, but they would brighten up lovely. Other than that, on the front, there's not really any sort of signs of any stone chips or anything like that. Small scuff here on the passenger side. But other than that, bodywork is fair to say. It's all one colour, like we said, all nice and clean. A couple little marks here and there, but nothing you wouldn't expect for the age of the car. Black interior. Door shuts and everything's all nice and tidy. It's not been slammed on seat belts all the time or anything like that. Look in the back if we can remember how to put the seat forward. Black leather in the back. All nice and clean. There's no signs of any marks or anything like that. I don't think that's been used a lot, which is pretty common with TTs. It's quite a small space back there. Driver's seat itself, again being the sport line, you get the nicer seats. Tiny little bit of wear on the driver's side bolster, but no holes, rips or tears or anything like that. Generally pretty good. Steering wheels on these sort of early Audis, early Golfs can wear quite badly, but actually that's really good. It's not been sort of driven by anyone wearing big rings or anything like that. It's a DSG car. And that all seems to be nice and clean around there. And again, these early sort of Audis and Golfs do suffer quite badly from buttons wearing or the print wearing on the buttons, but nothing to sort of worry about on this one. Still got the correct Audi concert stereo. It's got heated seats, heated rear screen, aircon. What else have we got? We've got aircon, DSG, the usual sort of Audi spec really. We'll quickly just turn the ignition on, because again, one of the issues on these early cars can be things like pixels missing, but on the heater, as you can see, nothing missing there. Excuse the dodgy camera work. We'll turn that stereo on. I think the battery's been off, so that one's a code, but again, there's no pixels missing. We'll check the description. We'll put the code in for you on that one. The mileage, or the date and the time side, no pixels missing there. Mileage 68,000 miles, like we said. 1 or 2 pixels missing on the head-up, on the main display, but actually not that bad at all. There is a company called Cartronics that'll replace them for you if you want to get them done. They come with a warranty and all that sort of stuff. They're pretty good. But other than that, nothing really too bad to complain about there. Have a look in the boot. So it does still have the original mesh partial shelf. Quite often they go missing. All nice and clean in here. Surprisingly quite a good sized boot on the coupes, to be fair. And then under here you've still got your toolkit. In fact, actually I don't think that's ever been used. It all looks pretty much brand new in there. It's all nice and clean, no sign of any corrosion or anything. Move around the passenger side. Get a nice clean door card again. Really nice and tidy on the passenger seat. No sign of any wear at all there. All good, nothing at all to complain about. Headlining, it's got darker headlining. Again, no rips or tears or any damage to that. There's no funny smells in there. It doesn't steam up or anything like that. There's no sign of any moisture. We'll pop the bonnet and have a look under there. So there you have it. Like I said, 5 valve, 1.8 turbo. It's the 180 brake car. Battery's always been quite good on it. We've never had to sort of jump start it or anything like that, which is always a good sign. You do with a little bit of a clean in here. You've got the odd little bit of sort of road grime and stuff, but most people miss those when they're cleaning cars. So there you have it. Very late year Mark 1 Audi TT in metallic silver with the black interior and the sport pack. We will detail in the description what we've got in the way of service history and things like that with it. But if you've got any questions or if there's anything specifically you want to see, you can come and see the car in person if you like. We are open every day. Or you can come the day of the auction. We're open to the public, viewings and all that sort of stuff you can do just before the auction. Or if you can't get to us, we can do video calls. We're happy to send you another 1,000 pictures or a video or whatever you need. Just get in touch. Thanks.